gonna do something a little different. I normally kind of don't do. I normally try to share somewhat expositorily with us. And today I'm gonna try somewhat from a thematic angle. So we're gonna skip around a little bit and see what the Lord say. Amen. Thank God for my mother-in-law, my mama here, Mama Party. A true blessing in my life. Amen. Don't she look pretty? No, ain't she pretty? Amen. Luke 6, verse 12, y'all. Watch this, y'all. Luke 6 and 12. We're going to skip around a little bit. And it came to pass in those days that he went out into a mountain to pray and continued all night in prayer to God. Verse 13, and when it was day, he called unto him his disciples, and of them he chose 12, whom also he named apostles. Watch this. Go to John 11. John 11:42. John 11:42. Y'all there? John 11:42. And I knew that thou hearest me always, but because of the people which stand by, I said it, that they may believe that thou have sent me. All right? Go to Matthew 26:42. Matthew 26:42. I told you we're going to skip just a little bit here. Matthew 26:42. Y'all there? Yeah. And he went away again the second time and prayed. Notice, prayed, saying, "Oh, my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done." Y'all see that? Back up Matthew 4:22. Y'all don't mind walking through the word with me, do you? Matthew 4:23. Matthew 4:23. I'm going to tie all these loose ends together. Matthew 4:23. And Jesus went about all Galilee. Watch this, y'all. Teaching in their synagogue. Y'all see that? And preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing all manner of sickness and all manner of disease among the people. One more. Psalm number 30, verse 5. Psalms number 30, verse 5. You probably know that one by heart, don't you? Psalm 35. For his anger endureth but a moment. In his favor is life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy. Come on, you ought to say it with some excitement like Curry. Shout, but joy is coming in the morning. Thank you so much. Tell your neighbor, survival kit. Tell your neighbor one more time, we need a survival kit. Beloved, I've discovered, I've deducted, and I've discerned that whenever soldiers go off into war, in order for a soldier to stay alive, every soldier is trained to carry what's called a survival kit. It does not matter how dedicated they are, how devoted they are, how encouraged, empowered, equipped, educated. It does not matter how prepared they are, how skilled they are or how trained they are, but how many of you know every soldier, if they're going to stay alive, they know they have to carry a survival kit? Talk to me, somebody. The reason they have to carry a survival kit is because they never know what the enemy would try to do. I wish I had some help this morning. I said they carry a survival kit, y'all, because they never know what the enemy may do. Can I help somebody this morning, beloved? If you want to survive the attacks of life from the enemy, how many of you know you need to carry with you a survival kit? I'm going to feel all right here in a minute, y'all. Beloved, you need a survival kit because in order to handle your enemy, two things you need to know. Number one, you need to know what enemy you're facing. And then secondly, you need to know what are the weaknesses of your enemy. Am I in the right house this morning? Press rewind, Walker, and say it one more time. If you're going to survive and stay alive, you need to understand what enemy you're facing. And secondly, you need to know what are the weaknesses of your enemy. Can I tell you, beloved, your enemy is not your spouse. Come on, help me, somebody. Your enemy is not funny acting family members. Your enemy is not a bossy boss, a cantankerous, cutthroat co-worker, a mean manager, a satanic supervisor. Do I have any help in this house? Your enemy is not the black man. The enemy is not the white man. Your enemy is not Donald Trump. He don't even know your name. I wish I had a witness here. But your enemy, you got two enemies, self and Satan. I'm just up here preaching by myself. Y'all ain't saying nothing, but I'm talking up here. Beloved, every one of us have two enemies, yourself and Satan. How many are bold enough to testify that sometimes you are your own worst enemy? I just want to know, am I preaching to the right crowd this morning? Sometimes, beloved, I find myself saying, Lord, if I can just get myself together, everything else in my life will fall right in line. Do I have a witness in this house? Sometimes, beloved, we are our own worst enemy. Sometimes you think folk don't like you, and they don't even know you. You sit up getting mad, think folk talking about you, and they talking about somebody else. Sometimes we get mad and they say, they mean mugging me. They not looking at you. You ain't that fine. Talk to me, somebody. You ain't that handsome. You don't look that good. They was really looking at somebody else. Tell your neighbor, if I can just get myself together, everything else will fall right in line. Sometimes, beloved, we know what's right, but we still choose to do what's wrong. You ain't got to say amen. I'm preaching to myself this morning. We know what's good, but sometimes we're still choosing what's bad. Got some sisters that sometimes you want a man that got dollars, but you keep choosing men that ain't got no sense. Do I have a witness here? You want a man that's tall, dark, and handsome, but you found out that, beloved, tall, dark, and handsome sometimes won't help you pay no bills. Do I have a witness in here? Sometimes brothers want a woman that's fine and hot on the outside, and you keep choosing women that's full of hell on the inside. You want a woman that's pretty and sexy, but keep choosing women that's petty and messy. Tell your neighbor, if I can just get myself together,